being a Queenslander and how I felt about playing a Russian Serbian girl in kick. It was, I guess, very challenging, but because of the different culture and everything, that I had to understand and bring that to Tatiana. But in the essence, 16-year-old girls are 16-year-old girls, no matter where they're from. You can be from all over the world. You still have the same thoughts. You might be influenced differently by your parents or by your culture or whatever, but when it comes down to it, we all like boys, we like dressing up, and you go through the same stages, so it wasn't really that difficult to understand Tatiana, but just more about how would she react in some different situations because of her growing up. So one of the things I remember about growing up in Queensland is everyone is so Aussie up there. True blue, you know, not a lot of multiculturalism at all. You've got, you know, just white males, females, lots of blondes, because we're at the beach all the time, and that's about it. Like, if we saw someone that was a different race or colour, it's like, what are they doing? You know, we love you, but still, what are you doing in our town? So, high school in Queensland, for me, I'm a cool chick, of course, but there's not a lot to do in Queensland, full stop. So you make up your own things to do, and one of them is bullying, and yeah, I got bullied. I was the bully-ee. You know, you got these big, her name's, Kelly, and her sister, and had big red hair, and they'd walk across school saying, Natasha Cunningham is up, and just, like, and my mum would be, ignore it, you know, I'd go home crying, and she'd go, you know, they're not worth it, Natasha, you know. And my dad was like, all right. And I learned how to box. And I remember the day that I stood up for myself and I said, you know, I went up to her and I said, well, come on, if you want to fight me, you know, let's do it. And she's like, I'll get my sister. He ran away, so I never got in a fight, but I want to see how it goes still. You know, I think I'm pretty tough. Not really, but.